This is one precious gun. I think you're going to learn something on this video. My goal is that every one of you get one really good tip from every one of my videos. And this one in particular, I think you're going to learn something. We're going to talk a little bit more about the gun today, and I think you're going to like this. So we are looking at a Smith Wesson model 340 CT. Okay? Smith & Wesson, by the way, has one of the best websites for handguns. I think of all manufacturers, probably the best. You can look at these guns in 360 dimensions and really view it before you decide you want to possibly purchase it. The manufacturer's retail price is pricey on this gun. It's $1,129. This is the J-frame model of frames, and Smith & Wesson has different letters for different frame sizes. This is the smallest revolver frame size that Smith makes. Now what makes this so special, this is where you're going to learn. What makes this gun so special is that it only weighs 13.3 ounces. I'm going to round off the numbers here for the rest of the video. We'll call it 13 ounces. Think of how light that is. Now think about this. How could a gun that weighs 13 ounces withstand the pressures of a .357 Magnum? How is that possible? I mean, here for representation is a beautiful Smith 686. That's model 686. I purchased back in the early 80s. Original owner. I never buy and sell my guns, by the way. I buy and hold. And that one is all steel. That weighs 3 pounds. Great for the range. You can shoot your .357 Magnum out of it, your .38s out of it. This one here, not great for the range. This is obviously for concealment and personal protection. We'll talk about all that. But what amazes me about this, I'm going to say it again, how is it possible? What type of technology are they using over there at Smith to make a gun 13 ounces and withstand the pressures of a .357 Magnum and not crack the frame? Now the cylinder is steel, but the frame is not. And this is what is so interesting. Here's your little lesson for this video. And I learned from this too, because I've done some research and it's really kind of cool. First of all, let's talk about gold, a precious metal. Remember I said this gun is precious? Let's talk about some precious metals. Gold, last time I looked, was about $1,400 an ounce. So let's just, for simple math, let's say it is $1,400 per ounce. Way up there. It's gone up in value lately. It's like doubled in the last 2-3 years, tripled. So it's about $22,000 per pound. Well, this revolver and a lot of Smith revolvers, they happen to be made out of what's called a scandium alloy frame. Okay? Sounds nice. Nice black gun. Lightweight, 13 ounces. .357 Magnum. Internal hammer, perfect for concealment. But I still come back to the question, and it was just on my mind, like, how is it possible that this light gun, weight-wise, can withstand the pressures of a .357 Magnum and not crack the frame? How is that possible? The answer is that word, scandium. And talk about precious metals. Guess how much scandium costs per pound? I said gold is about, for real, is about $22,000 per pound. Scandium, which is only found in a couple of mines in the whole entire world. I'm not sure where they are, but there's only about 2 or 3 from what my research tells me. It is $122,000 per pound. It is found in fighter jets. It wouldn't surprise me if it's found on the space shuttle. I don't know. You always wondered what these types of materials are made of. I think scandium is in them. It's definitely found in fighter jets, modern day fighter jets. That I do know as a fact. It's found in a very smaller amounts in an aluminum baseball bat. I mean, just a little bit, like 1/100th of 1% of the aluminum in an aluminum baseball bat is made from the precious metal called scandium. And that is what makes this revolver so special, is that it is lightweight, as strong as possible. That aluminum will not crack. That frame will not crack. That alloy, I should say. That's what excites me about it so much. And this is what's in my pocket 24/7 almost. I can sleep with this. This is easier to keep with me than my keys, than my cell phone. This is like the easiest thing of all the things I talk about everyday carry. I mean, this slips in my pocket. It is so small and light and so easy to conceal. This is just like part of my life and has been for the last year and a half or so. All right, enough said on that. Now you know it's super high quality. It's super lightweight. Let's talk a little bit more about the gun. Is it accurate? The answer is yes, at short ranges. And the only reason why you should use such a small gun, and I'll tell you the barrel length, is only 1.875, let's say 1.9 inches. Very small, less than 2 inches the barrel length, which is nice. That's what you want. It only holds 5 rounds, and I'll show you some ways to take some other rounds here in a moment with you on your body. So that's a downfall, that's a negative, but it is so small and so light. It is probably lighter than my iPhone. I really don't know what an iPhone weighs. Is it 13 ounces? It seems like they weigh about the same thing. Just think about how light 13 ounces is. It's that easy to conceal. It's like carrying your phone. Now with ammo in it, it'll weigh some more, of course. The internal hammer on this is nice. I like that fact about it, which is kind of cool. I'll zoom in on it a little bit more. It's made by the M P division, Military Police Division of Smith, and you see the hammer is on the inside of the gun. The grips are really nice on this model. They're rubber Hogue type grips, but it has a laser on it. And I'll walk up to the gun here in a moment and show you the laser. I'm just going to keep talking about it and some facts about the gun. Why do I think this is good for females? I'll tell you. And my wife is about to get her concealed weapons permit, and she's, well, do I carry like a SIG 238, a 380, one of the smaller, like a car, PM 380 or P380, one of the cars, KAHR. And I say, well, it could be a little complicated for a female to pull a slide back, especially brand new at shooting. And if they don't want to have to deal with a slide, the revolver is point, shoot, bang. Point, pull the trigger, bang. Always 100%, no jamming, no issues. There you have it. So I think for a female, this is an excellent option to carry in your purse or anywhere on your body for that matter. Wherever you can fit your cell phone, you can fit this gun. And this is how you carry it. This is what I recommend. This holster right here. It's made by Mika, M-I-K-A, Pocket Holsters. I've had that about a year and a half. It shows 0 wear and tear, and I did a video on it. So look through my videos for Mika Pocket Holsters, and you'll learn all about that. It only costs $30, and I love it. I've got like 5 or 6 of those pocket holsters for all of my smaller guns, which are this size. Okay, back to the gun. And what else can I tell you about the gun? Here's a nice look at the sights. And what I like about the sights in particular is that front sight, which is a tritium sight. It glows in the dark 24/7. It's pretty cool. And this gun, you're not going to do too much close aiming if you're going to have to use it. Unfortunately, if you ever have to use it in self-defense, it's going to be point and shoot. It does have a laser on it. I'll get to that feature in a moment. The rear sights are kind of cool. Take a close look at the rear sights and just study it. You see how it gets grooved down like that? I like that. It's called the integral U notch. It's a U that's notched down in through the frame there. And there you go. That's what the sights look like. The recoil on this firearm is really something to consider. As I mentioned, I think a female would be a good candidate to carry this gun, but you have to realize if you're shooting a .357 load out of it, it's going to have a lot of recoil. And it's also not the type of gun you're going to want to go to the range and practice with regularly because it's so lightweight and so powerful. It's a little uncomfortable at the range, and it's also difficult to clean. It's got the internal hammer and all that. You really just want to use this in the very worst case scenario to save your life or others, meaning that hopefully you never have to use this for the rest of your life. You just want to put some rounds in it and just forget about it and carry it and hopefully never need it. But if you do need it and you have to get back on target, you need to realize the recoil on this gun is real. So you may want to shoot a 38 out of it, the plus P, with a hollow point, and then you're good to go. Or you may want to reduce the price and just get a J-frame Smith that only shoots 38s out of it, and that'll reduce the price also significantly. Alright, that's my take on recoil. Just think about that. I said it's good for females, it's good for everybody, but keep in mind, recoil is real. It's pretty potent on this gun. Here's a look at the other side of the gun, and if you look real close, you see that little button there? That's a laser, and I'll pick it up here momentarily and show you. This is just, I hope the camera gives it justice because it's just so small and light, and the fact that it's a .357 Magnum is just incredible. Yes, it only shoots 5 rounds. The laser on this gun is really special. The gun is precious, the laser is special. And why do I like the laser so much, particularly on this revolver, is because the short barrel, number one, look at that closely, less than 2 inches. Number two, if you're going to have to, heaven forbid, use this firearm, it's going to be in very, very close quarters. It's going to be in a split nanosecond, and a laser will help you hit your target. It's not going to scare the perpetrator or anything like that, maybe possibly, but most importantly, it's going to assist you in hitting your target. Let me pick it up and show you what I'm talking about on how easy it is to access the laser. If it was up on the rail and you had to reach for it and things like that on larger guns, it's a little bit different. This one, you just pick it up and touch it, and it's not like an aftermarket type product. Unloaded, finger off the trigger, but see, you just touch the grip, and that laser, which you can dial in very easily, they give you a little tool, is right on accurate. Another thing about this gun, I don't think I mentioned, is how easy it is to empty that cylinder and make sure it's unloaded. It's pretty easy. Not like a semi-automatic where there's always some sort of a chance, even if you think it's unloaded, there's some sort of a chance in the back of everyone's mind that it's possibly loaded. With a revolver, there you look at it. Empty, empty, empty. Now here's some ways to carry spare ammunition in the back. These are called Bianchi Strips. There's 2 of them there. You really only need to carry 1. You know, you got 5 in the gun, and there's 6 on each one of those strips. You can put in your pocket or anywhere on your body. Here's another option here. I forget where I purchased that, but you can get the idea. It's Velcro, and that carries 10 rounds. You see 5 on each side there. You just put it on your belt. So if you want to carry extra ammo, you can. There's other ways to carry extra ammo for this gun. And that's it. That's my take on the J-frame revolver. You can get less expensive ones. This one costs $1,129 retail. It is pricey because you got the Crimson laser built in, and it's made by the M P division. But look at the Smith website and look at their J-frame models. Hopefully this will get you excited about getting a small revolver for personal protection. I'm checking out now. I hope you learned something on that, particularly what the frame is made of. Scandium. Pretty cool. This gun is precious, made out of a precious metal.